Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 15. Off screen I did do a few things here and there. Mostly a few hunts, but nothing really major. Just a few things to, help start me off. I also decided that everyone's gonna be casual, so, yeah. Well, except for Noct, he's still fancy-ish. Just without his jacket. While I was off screen though, I did look, here's my EXP by the way. I did look up more information about the characters and their relationships to Noct. As I said in the previous sets, that this game is more about the relationship between these four than really anything else. Sure, there's still a lot of stuff that happens with the other characters, and that is the main driving plot, but mostly you're going to know these guys. That's about it. So, figured it'd be a good idea to have those. I also have the location of all 14 magic flasks. Now, there is a glitch that you can do to get the 15, but that involves using a outdated version of the game, so didn't include that one. Anyway, I'll go into the details about all the characters during drives, but for now, we have a side quest here. Hey. There we go.
Hold on a sec, sir. I found an envelope addressed to Meldacio inside the package.
Meldacio? The Hunter HQ?
Yes, sir. The headhunter ought to be around here somewhere. Mind making one more delivery?
What do you say, Noct? Might as well while we're in the neighborhood.
Sure, why not? There is one other thing I did do off-screen by accident. There should be one around here, too. I think it's this one.
Surprise!
Yeah, there it is.
Map scrap.
So there are a series of maps hidden throughout the world in certain locations. Collecting them leads you to special treasures. I'm going to do those on screen at some point in time. Alright, let's go! Make sure I watch the roads. Hey, buddy! Hey. Talk. There you go.
Well, look who it is. I really owe you boys one.
Make that two.
Can't seem to catch a break. Well, looks like they found another one.
Wait, found another what?
Tag. Us hunters keep them on our person at all times as identification.
What, in case you forget who you are?
More like so no one else forgets who they were.
Hunters lead a life of danger. Sometimes these tags are the only things that make it back in one piece. It's our job to deliver them to the families of the fallen. As it were, I came out here to do just that. If y'all happen to find any tags lying around out there, would you do me a favor and send them my way?
Yeah, sure.
Word is somebody spotted a tag around these parts. Try asking the local tipster. He'll point you in the right direction.
Okay, sure. As you can see also, there was a lot of good close-ups showing the dirt and grime my character has, because they haven't slept yet. They've been up for a few days. I can't tell exactly how many, but they've been up for a few.
They certainly carry emotional weight. We'd best find and return them.
And give the families peace of mind.
Let's start by following up on that hot tip.
What's up, man?
Welcome.
Thank you.
You boys must be hungry.
Alright, that's the location. Thank you, man.
Thanks for your business.
So yeah, the other map scrap I found, by the way, we'll find in, I'll point out where I got it later on, in a future set. The only reason why I'm not going to do it now is because it's a bit out of the way, so not really much of a reason to. Also, I found out how to go to first person. All I have to do is tap into the two joysticks, press L3 and R3. And I go first person. What the hell are you doing there, Noct?
We're out of here.
Bigness, come on.
On my way.
I'm not going to do it. For a while I was messing around with it, I was thinking about doing it, but I decided against it purely because of the fact that, well, whenever I do a link strike, I get pulled out of it. Whenever a cutscene procs, I get pulled out of it as well. it's kind of jarring. So I decided, no, let's screw it. I'll stick third person. Alright, so we gotta look around for it. Oh, that's easy.
It came from there.
What did? Alright, I saw some dogs. There we go. Well, let's pull up the quest. That's something later on. There we go. Gone hunting.
Maybe this way?
I still have a few hunts I need to do, but I'm not strong enough. So I'll end up doing them later once we've slept. Hey! Screw you. Come on, boys. Let's do this. There we go. Now we're getting some combos that I'm used to doing. Bam. There is something I want to check real quick. Knocked. Ah, that's right, okay. Excuse me. So while I am doing more damage than like my engine sword would normally, I'm doing even more damage whenever I warp strike with this sword. So that's why I'm kind of walking all over most enemies here.
What?
So it's around here somewhere. There we are. Not only do we get money, EXP, and items from doing these little side quests. Excuse me, jeez. Hold on. Take a quick drink. Near endgame, actually endgame, there is a side quest we can do, and depending on how many people we've helped throughout the course of the game, we can unlock items as well.
Yeah.
So it's always a good idea just to do this type of stuff. What's up, bud?
Found one already, huh? You done good.
Just picking up the pieces, I guess.
Well, try to keep your spirits up. Even though I ain't one to talk, I beat myself up over the lives of the hunters I couldn't save. That's what each one of these tags means to me. They hurt. But if I let that grief keep me from looking for them, then their tags and their lives will be forgotten forever. And that'd hurt more than anything.
Yeah, guess you're right.
Well, that's why I tell all my hunters to collect any tag they see, and I expect you boys to go out and do the same.
Yeah, sure. These tags I'll probably do off screen as well, just because it's literally just go A to B. Although I might do it because they are kind of annoying to find.
Huh. How's the road been treating you?
And there aren't that many, honestly. There's just, you usually find them like once every couple areas. So I have no problem doing those on screen now that I think about it. Oh, hello. There's something up over there. I guess I'm going to show you where the thing is. Where I got the other map, because it's up over there. Alright, map point. Let's go up there. This will give me time to talk about the boys.
Everything.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Also, in case you can't tell, I have decked out the regalia. She's not pretty. I don't know what it is, but I have this. I love the monochrome aesthetic. I have no clue why. Anyway, on to the characters. Let's start with Prompto. His full name that we know of, because we don't know his middle name, is Prompto Argentem. Bear in mind, I'm probably going to mispronounce a lot of these. So here's what I wrote about him. Prompto was a lonely kid. He was also fairly overweight, and he seemingly rarely saw his parents in when he was growing up. This is from the anime. Let's see here. Some of his only few joys were actually taking photos and eating junk food. One day, where is it? He found a lost puppy with an injured leg and took care of it. And once the dog was better, it returned to his master, who happened to be Luna Freya. We actually saw that dog in the cutscene in the back when we met Umbra. Prompto had used a handkerchief with his name on it to give the dog a splint, and Lunafrena found the name and asked her servant Gentena, I'm calling her Jen, to learn more about Prompto. After learning more about him, she sent him a letter thanking him for taking care of her dog, and knowing that he went to the same grade school as Noctis, asked that he be friends with Noct, because the royalty kind of separated him from a lot of people during that time frame. He did try and go and be friends with him during this time frame, but tripped, and Noct helped him up and accidentally, mentioned, like, oh god, heavy, like oh, heavy, not really, thinking about it, and just more of an observation type of deal, not actually trying to hurt Prompto. But he did have a bit of a insecurity about his weight, and this really got to him. However, he used this moment as, instead of wallowing in self-pity, he used this as a moment to sort of invigorate himself, and used it as a reason to start exercising, eating properly, and losing weight. So he could be friends with Noctis and help out this person who asked him to help, asked the owner of the dog. If memory serves, he did see Lunafrena and knows that's her, and had a bit of a crush on her, which is why he decided to help out a little bit. Pretty much the rest of his grade schooling and middle schooling, he didn't see Noct. But in high school, after Prompto had lost a lot of weight to the twink we know him as now, he actually went up, introduced himself, and they've been friends ever since. So, in my opinion, he's also one of the few people that
It is quite comforting to see other people about.
actually sees Noct as Noct, not His Royal Majesty. Because even though Iggy and Gladio are friends with Noctis now, they still are technically in his employ. So Prompto is literally his only friend who isn't tied to him by royal obligation. Even though Iggy and Gladio are there for him because they do care for him. Anyway, over here, in this little spot here, I found one of the maps as well. Alright, let's go over here. Hey, buddy.
Howdy. Just heard word of another lost tag. Don't know where you boys are headed, but would y'all mind picking it up if it's on your way?
Yeah, sure. Dust to dust. Look for the dog tag. Is it on Mac? Nope. Okay.
What's this scratch here?
Is there anything in here? Nope. Alright. So where is that dog tag at? It's somewhere in this area. Alright, let's go do that. I'm also going to stop by Hammerhead to refill. And clean up our car, because it's getting kind of dusty.
Better make tracks. Chop chop, Prompto.
There in a jiffy.
Hopefully I don't have to worry too much about going there, because it's getting kind of late. That's 17. It's on a 24-hour clock, by the way, not 12-12 like the States.
We're outnumbered.
Get the giraffe!
I propose we take them out one by one.
Could you propose a way to finish this faster?
Bam. Come on, buddy. Alright. I love Prompto. He's so energetic. It's
Sounds
great.
like you're having fun.
He also started to remind. I think they took this idea of one of the characters singing the Victory Fair theme from in Final Fantasy VII Remake from this game, because Prompto does it so often. It's great. And Barrett does it too. Alright, so we gotta kill these giraffe first. Bam. Oh boy.
Are we all right?
Come on. Bam. Teleport. Woo. Got that in a jiffy. Swoop. Crush.
Sorry.
Obviously, the bigger the enemy is, the more HP the creature will have. It's one of the few times in the games that size actually does show off in terms of actual power. The only other game I think of that actually does this, off the top of my head, besides Monster Hunter, is Persona. At least Persona 3 did that, and 4. The bigger the shadow blob, the stronger they were. Bam.
Any problems?
That's dead.
Don't worry about me.
Bam.
Can't stop now.
Do glad. You gotta get anywhere, buddy. I did also buy some upgraded weapons from a weapon shop in Hammerhead.
Look out. Affirmative.
Herb.
Knew what hit him.
There we go.
Would have liked to wrap that up more quickly.
Yeah, me too. I pick up that key or that
This
tag.
must be it. Let's take you to Dave.
Also, as a recommendation for ingredients, if you come across a shop and you have a little bit extra spending cash, buy 5 of each ingredient that you can, that you feel comfortable buying, I should say, and try to keep that in increments of 5. The richer you get, buy 5 more, it goes from 5 to 10 to 15, so on. This way, you'll always have food whenever you go camping, and you won't break the bank trying to get too much. At least that's my recommendation. But as a side note, I will go first person every so often, just to look around the area. Anything over here? Aha! Ingredients. There is a side quest later on that requires us to get some ingredients as well.
Are we there yet?
So it's always a good idea to have just a nice supply of food.
Let there be light.
All right, so it's too dark for me to go out now. Thought I saw. Aha. Ah, this is for making paint for our car. Whoop. Did find out though that if I come here, if I come to these camps, I can just do this. And it won't waste stuff. I do want to wait until we get that free nap at the hotel in Golden Key. Because that is 2 times the XP boost. There's one on the other side of the entire map that is 3 times. And I think one in a future area that's 5 times. So, yeah. Later on, I'll also do some special campsites too.
Y'all
There you
done good. Whoever owned that tag's probably breathing a sigh of relief right about now.
Yeah. More XP. So yeah, you have to remember this is a multiplier of your overall stuff. So now, if I were to get the 2 times EXP modifier, that'll be 6,000 EXP instead of 3,000. So yeah, you can level up pretty quick in this game if you selectively sleep in the proper locations. Alright, so let's head to Hammerhead, and then I will talk about the next character along the way to Golden Key. enough gas. I think I can make it back to Golden. Alright, so this is an area we can't get to. That's the next one. Next dog tag. So that is good. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright.
What's the forecast?
The next character.
Skies with the temperature rising.
Nice.
Alright, it's gonna be a fun one to pronounce. Gladiolus Amatia. It's fun to pronounce. Let's call him Gladio, or Gladius. So Gladio became interested in the martial arts when he was really young, because he looked up to his father, Clarus, who I'm assuming was also in the Crown's Guard. And would often pester him to take him to the Citadel whenever he went to work. And by the age of 13, he was already trained to join the Crown's Guard. Despite this, Gladio initially honestly disliked Noctis when he was forced into training Noct. This is because even as a kid, Noctis had a pretty laid-back personality, and he just felt that he was, you know, spoiled and stuff like that. One day, he would go home and blow this off to his sister Iris, by the way. And one day, Iris asked him to go and meet Prince Noct because, you know, just hearing all about this. And during this incident, Iris ran off into the palace grounds chasing a cat, and Noct followed after her. And when asked what happened, Noct just took the blame instead of just to protect Iris. Gladio saw this and heard a little more detail about it later on from Iris, and it's like, okay, so he does actually take some things seriously, and started to relax a little bit more around him and actually learn more about Noct instead of just seeing this royal little shit. And because of this, that initial distaste for him just sort of slowly went away, and they now have sort of a big brother, younger brother relationship. The last character is Ignis Sentia. That's an interesting name. Ignis was born into a family that had served the royal family for generations, and was raised alongside Noct so that he could become advisor to the heir. One day, after Noct had returned from Tenebrae, Ignis also even heard about this pastry that he had, and how much he really liked it. So Ignis started looking into learning how to cook to sort of help Noct out a little bit, you know, just to be friendly, because they were raised together, so they probably had a little brotherly relationship going on too. Let's see here. Ignis was given an intense education growing up to give him the composure and knowledge needed of him to be an advisor to Noct. And he began training in the Crown's Guard at 15, officially joining at the age of 18, sorry. Ignis's dream is to become a general to Noct when he becomes king. During Noct's time in high school, Noct began to struggle with the weight of being the heir to the throne due to his father's health worsening. During this time, Ignis tried his best to help shoulder any burden he could by cleaning up after him, taking notes during royal meetings, and reminding Noct about his homework and stuff like that. Let's see here. He also tried many times to recreate the Tenebrae treat that Noct had, but Noct always said that it just wasn't the same. Bear in mind, at this point in time, Ignis also just viewed cooking as sort of a hobby, just dabbling a little bit in it. It wasn't until Prompto had dinner with them and complimented Ignis on his cooking that Ignis actually started taking it more seriously. Where was the list of it? I guess that's pretty much it. He also learned how to make sushi after Noct took a part-time job at a sushi parlor. Yes, even the Crown Prince had a part-time job. Wow, that gas. I've never been this low in gas before unless I've intentionally done it. Jeez. What do we have here? Nice music. That's 5. 7, here we are. Ah, classic music. Boss battle! Ooh, Genova. No. Alright. I guess it's not gonna be much music while I'm driving around because
fumes at this point.
I know, Iggy, we're going to a gas station. I'll fill her up before we go. Jeez, Iggy. Calm down. I know what I'm doing. I'm actually glad we made this far because I was really worried. Later on, we can get upgrades to the regalia.
Here we are.
But for now, this is where we're at.
We made it.
The upgrades are stuff that prevent damage, dirt, and fuel efficiency and stuff like that. So there's a few other little interesting tidbits we'll get to later on. Also, I gotta mention this real quickly because this is kind of important. Before the release of the Royal Edition, there was a modification for the regalia you could get referred to as Type D. With the Royal Edition, they changed how do you get it. In the original version, it was just unlocked. Now, there actually is a side quest associated with it, so we have to actually unlock it. Which I'm okay with.
A feature on the wedding.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Dress.
That's some fancy fabric work. Bet the groom can't wait to see it on his bride-to-be.
He's not the only one. Whew. She's gonna be an absolute knockout.
Yeah.
The dress is bespoke, of course, and comes courtesy of one of Alticia's foremost fashion designers.
Bet the food's gonna be pretty damn fancy too.
As long as it's something I can eat. As opposed to dissect.
Ugh, royally embarrassing. Can't wait to taste some Altician seafood.
Come on.
Golden's famous for fish too.
Fish sounds good. So does a balanced meal.
Alright, so he's just talking. Okay, let me see if I can pull stuff then. Data log. Doesn't have it. Okay. So, the reason why I was interested in this
How about we catch some
is
ourselves?
because they mention a
We got
very
fish to
specific
fry.
person.
He's right. In case you've forgotten, we came here to cast off, not cast a line.
Yeah, sure. They mention Vivian Westwood, if I'm remembering correctly. She's an actual person and does create a lot of amazing jewelry and costumes, clothing. At the release of this game, there actually was a, you can probably still find it, the opportunity to buy all of their clothing. It's an actual outfit you can buy, and it's sort of a ad for that type of thing.
Welcome to Golden Key.
So, yeah, you literally can dress up all this. Dress up as Noct or Prompto or stuff. So this, by the way, is something they did for a while. I'm not sure if it's still a thing, but you could upload pictures during contests, and they will actually display them. I would show you them. The problem is they will probably have some of them will probably have spoilers. So, not gonna touch that.
Really use a
How much money do I have? 900.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go take a massage.
Care for a massage? Right this way, please.
Yes, I do would care for a massage. This is funny. Too sensitive. Alright. Let's go finish up this quest, and then finally sleep.
My tummy's rumbling.
Also grab these.
It's Alticia.
Alticia is where the wedding's going to take place, by the way. Alright, there are a few of these we can find throughout the course of the game. They refer to the pantheon of gods of this world. There is Titan, the Archean, who is correlated with stone. He's very strong. There's Rama, the Fulgian, a wise old man with lightning. Shiva, the Glacian, a beautiful woman who's associated with snow. Leviathan, the Hydrian, who is the guardian goddess of Altisha. Bahamut, the Drakian, who is, I think, the guardian of insomnia. And Ifrit, the Infernian, who rebelled against the gods in times past. But those are all the gods of the world. Just fun little lore.
Now that's a meal.
Ah, man. Not a ship in sight. What gives?
What's all this about the port closing?
According to my sources, the Empire given strict orders not to let any vessels leave the docks of Altisha. Real shame if you were late to your own wedding. Right, Prince Noctis? Name's Dino, by the way. Pleasure. The Crown Prince of Lucis bounty hunting in his fancy car. Surely you didn't think it'd go unnoticed. At least not by this reporter. Lucky for you, this reporter has integrity. If you want to remain incognito, I'll respect your wish. In exchange for a favor.
What do you want?
Hey, I knew you'd come around. Let me see your map. Marked where you need to go on your map. All you gotta do is find me some rough gemstones, like this one. Do this, and your ship will come in. Don't, and the papers will run you out of town. Capiche?
Appreciate it.
Okay, Dino, let's go. Dino's actually pretty helpful.
He's really got your number, Nox.
Not like we made much effort to keep it secret.
Even if we had, the press always finds a way. We needn't befriend him, but we'd best not make him our enemy.
Yeah. So yeah, trying to think of the phrase I'm looking here for. Essentially, we can do side quests for him, and he'll give us not costumes, accessories. Kitty.
Hey, buddy. What's up? Taking a little stroll? How come you're all alone? You must be hungry. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on a sec. I'll find you something. Gotta come up with some cat food.
Could always buy some.
Or we could fish for some.
Excellent idea. Let's go.
Do I have enough? Do I actually have any fish
All right.
to give him?
This one's perfect.
I did do fishing earlier. I did. Okay. I'll show it off in a minute.
Caught fresh. What? You don't like fish? Oh, you only like cooked fish. All right.
All right. So, I think I still have to do another fishing mission, or bit.
Welcome to Golden Key.
Thank you. Just don't look at the pictures. Although that picture doesn't really matter.
Hey, do you serve anything a cat might like?
That the best pickup line you've got?
What? No, there's this cat over there.
I'm only teasing. I have a feeling I know the feline you've got in mind. Let me whip something up. Paying customers come first, though, and someone just ordered the last fish on hand. Would you mind catching another one of these while I make their meal?
So I did multiple fishing. Do I still have another fish? I do already. Of course I do.
Oh, you can't beat fish fresh from the ocean.
No place serves it fresher than
I did a lot of fishing.
Great! I'll start on it right away. You know, this is really thoughtful of you, but be warned. Cats are clingy, and they're notoriously picky eaters, too.
Picky eaters? You don't say.
When it comes to food, felines are quite finicky, so you are wise to entrust the cooking to me. Here.
I love her. She's great. Now, I'm not a big fan of seafood, but I do love shellfish. Crab. What does shrimp count as crab as shellfish? Because they do have a shell, and they are fish. Well, not fish; they're crustaceans, but you know.
All right, here you go.
I love shrimp. Oh, I love shrimp so much.
You're one spoiled cat.
Aww, I think he likes you.
I guess.
Clawed his way into a heart. Might keep on clinging. Forever.
Yeah! I love it. Okay, so I'm going to do one fish just to explain how to do it. You probably won't really see me doing the fishing minigames, with few exceptions. I won't do just sitting down for like an hour fishing. No. Ooh, excuse me. There are some side quests later on that we can do that involve fishing. Those I will do, but for the most part, I'm just gonna keep the fishing to off-screen. Hey, kid. But just as a quick rundown. Alright, so first off, you find a fishing spot. Why do I sound like Dino all of a sudden? Pretty much any large body of water will have a fishing spot. Lakes, ponds, some rivers will have it. There's actually, I believe, 2 here, 1 over here, and 1 over there for this specific part of the ocean. Alright, so first, you need the rod. First thing you need to do is get a spool of line. There we go. As we fish, we lose durability, so make sure it's up as high as you can have it, usually. I usually change out my line when I have a quarter left. Next, you need a lure. Certain lures will attract certain fish, and you can tell what type of fish they attract by looking down there. So this type of lure, the chocobo, will always attract a giant trevally. This one will also... This one gets the golden trevally. So, trevally here in Golden Key. And this one will capture, because I can't read, the S-tier bass. This, however, is a DLC lure. Very special, very powerful. It's Leviathan lure. It catches the giant trevally, the crag barramundi, and the rainbow trout. All 3 are really good fish to get. However, this also just attracts fish in general. Now, if you notice there's a big light going through it, that's because this is a special magical lure. If you're not careful, you can snap your line, and any lure attached to it will be lost unless you have multiple lures of the type, and you go out and buy more. This one, as well as a few others we can get as the natural progression of the game, if I snap the line, will go right back to my inventory. Now you have the rods as well. I have 3, 2 are DLC, 1 isn't. This is the best rod I have, so it's DLC. Same thing with these 3. These are the reel. This is how much force you can put into it. How strong your rod is will keep your durability up higher, or keep your durability for longer. And this will tire out the fish quicker. So, zooming in. As you can see, there are dots on the map. These represent fish. There's actually one way off the map. Yellow represents, I believe, treasure fish, which are fish that if you catch, they give you an item that you can sell. Blue are fish that you can eat. Sometimes you'll find a flashing one. These are rare, and they will give you different different types of fish, and usually better quality. And if you go over, let's go over here so you can see it better. As you can see, the markers change. That means I'm on top of a fish, so I can capture a fish that way. Let's go over here and try to get the blue. X to cast. That represents that a fish is attracted to my lure. It's coming in. Takes a bite. I have to pick the direction to go in. And then I have to reel it in the direction that it is going. If I fail that jump, I snap the line. If I pull too hard, the line will snap, and stuff like that. The basic goal is to try and whittle it down by moving left and right as it swims. So just cast, get it, do a few to attract it, go the direction, and reel it in. The tension means the fish is fighting. And you actually feel, you can feel your controller vibrate when it does it too. Basically, don't reel in when your controller is vibrating really hard.
You did good.
Noct, you can show a bit of emotion, you know?
That's literally the basic, the bare bone basic of what you can do.